Hello. All right, so I'll just start out like always saying, everyone, welcome to Heartsline Podcast. This is episode number 8, and I'm really happy to be joined today by my friend Vlada.
Hi.
Yeah, everyone say hi to Vlada. Which city are you in right now? I know you're in Europe. Are you in Italy?
Yes, I'm in Italy, which is the country where I was raised. I was born in Moldova, but raised in Italy. And I kind of live in Turin. I'm saying kind of because I'm probably moving somewhere else, but I'm not sure. Anyway, but yes, I'm in Turin.
Okay.
Turin is a magic city.
Can
Magical
you
city.
tell us about what it's like to live there?
So it's a really nice place. It's a really nice town. Because it's not as big as Milan or other famous cities, destinations in Italy. Turin usually is not even on, like, in the top list of the places they recommend you to visit in Italy, but I feel like it's probably the best place for someone that is more connected to, let's say, to that someone that is interested to like the esoteric world. And I didn't even know that this was the capital of like magic in Italy.
Oh,
When I moved here, like, I found out about it when I was already here, which is so interesting. Also because when I decided to move to Turin, I was in Prague for Til's event last year, and there I met these two girls that were living in Turin, and that's when I decided that I would have moved to Turin as well, because I was looking for a place where to live in Italy. And yeah, Turin, Prague, and Lyon. These are 3 cities that are part of the White Magic Triangle.
oh.
And by the way, Prague is Steele's favorite city
I've
in the
always
world.
heard of Prague. Yeah, like people love it there.
Yes. So, yeah, it was curious to find these 2 cities, Prague and Turin, in this White Magic Triangle.
I've never
And
heard of that, so that's really interesting.
yeah, I never told you about that.
No.
Okay, so basically, according to some, I know, underground legends, I'm not sure about the sources, but yeah, there are like 2 magic triangles: the white one and the black one. The white one is made of Turin, Prague, and Lyon.
Okay.
And in these places, apparently the energy of the places are more like white. I'm not sure like how to define them specifically, but yeah, these places bring a more lightweight energy to them, more positive in general. While in the Black Magic Triangle, you have cities like London, San Francisco, and Turin, once again.
So
So,
it's black magic and
yeah,
white magic?
yes. Yeah, this town city has it has a lot of history. Like, it has a really rich history. In fact, yeah, it has like also some dark history. I haven't really researched a lot of it, but that this is the place where you can find any kind of energy. And in the practical, this translates in the fact that this is one of the most industrious cities of Italy. This was the first capital of the unified Italy, because Italy was divided in many regions until 1861, when it got unified, and Turin was the first capital of that. Then Rome became the capital again, but Turin holds this importance and this weight to it, and I love it because it feels like it has substance to it, but it doesn't have all the crowd that cities like Milan or Rome or Florence has. So I feel like it's a really good place, and many even celebrities have their villas here. Like recently I found out that Cristiano Ronaldo has a mansion here, like in Turin.
Wow.
So randomly. And I like the fact that it's not for everyone. Like the mainstream person would not find anything interesting here. Well, someone that is a little bit more into these kind of topics like we are, they would find Turin as wow, like some great source of knowledge and everything.
Do you just feel the energy there too?
Yeah, I do. Especially like since I'm an empath, I tend to connect with the darkness kind of immediately.
Yeah.
To my detriment. So when it gets like really like when it gets cloudy, when it gets when everything is gray, it feels like dark and kind of gloomy, and I feel bad. I feel bad when it's like that. But at the same time, when the energy is right, you feel you feel elevated. And
I feel like that too where I'm at in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's amazing energy because of the nature that all the natural resources we're surrounded by.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get dark soon since it's gonna be winter. It's gonna be very cold, like freezing. So
yeah, same here. A lot of nature here close. You have also the Alps. So so it's like unreal. It's unreal. Also the position geographically. I mean, I don't want to like attract too many people. Like I feel like there are way too many people here already. But
what's the population?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember the number, but it's definitely much less than Milan.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, about the energies. Another thing that I found out was that the arcs, like the arcs in the cities. So I found out that the arcs, they tend to, like when you walk below, like underneath the arcs, it tends to reset your aura.
Okay.
Like it's really healthy in that sense. So here in Turin, you have the arcs. Like in cities, in another Italian city like Bologna, you also have them. In Italian, it's called portici. But
why do you think it is that it has that effect?
So I don't know. Like I could, like I feel like it's also a physical thing, because like it has this shape, and our aura also tends to be kind of linear in this sense. And if you think about it, in the churches, you also have the arcs. Like that's their function to kind of reset your aura, so to make it like straight, to make it take its natural shape. So when your aura has a weird shape, it means that it's not as like you're not in alignment, I guess. I mean, I'm not an expert in this, but intuitively it feels like that. So yeah, it's like this is the reason why in churches you have the arcs,
Mm,
because that's the function to kind of make you reset your energy. So that's why like it's a really
that's really
healthy.
interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
yeah, yeah. I got it thanks to my aunt. She's a light worker, and we were visiting some places in Sicily at the beginning of the year, and she was telling me all of these things, and I found them extremely fascinating. And yeah, I understand why the energy here can be so elevated,
Mm-hmm.
because um, because all of these elements which are overlooked upon, um, but they really help you to feel to be in a better state.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The architecture too, right? You told
oh
me
yeah,
it's special.
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Nietzsche. Like I'm dropping names here, but Nietzsche. He used to live here. He was this like how can I present Nietzsche? He's like this famous person from the past, this author, existentialist, nihilist. I don't know how.
Philosopher, right?
Yeah,
Psychologist,
yeah,
maybe, I don't know. But philosopher?
yeah. He was a lot, and he used to live in Turin, and he wrote about the importance of architecture. And he described Turin as being the city where architecture was soul opening. So in every place, in every city that you walk into, like you have certain sensations when you walk there. It gives you
Mm-hmm.
a certain impression, and walking around here, it feels like it opens you, because it's like it leads you towards the the sky. It's like the squares are really wide and open,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes you feel like in alignment. I don't know how else to describe it, but um,
It's geometry, sacred geometry.
yeah, yes, and I get that. Like people from here, like they were not dumb. Like they knew how the psyche works, like how important energies are, and yeah, they managed to create this place which is so high vibrational, but at the same, like it can be really dark at the same time. But
That's so interesting.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this is like really the surface, because yeah, I didn't really get informed about the dark past, but yeah, there were some Satanist kind of groups in like
Oh,
decades ago. But yeah, I don't want
so
to.
I think there's probably an energetic portal, as they say there. It's a
Yeah,
portal probably, right? Because it's just where the energy might be like really strong and flowing. And so
yeah.
the light and the dark are both going to be competing, I guess.
Yes, definitely. I mean, there are so many elements that indicate that. If you really think of, um, like here in Turin, you also have an Egyptian museum, which is the biggest one outside of El Cairo. So it's the biggest one outside of the original museum. And this is so interesting because then other museums like the London one, the Paris one, they they got inspired by the Turin one. Like they took, I guess they took some pieces from here as well. I'm not sure about this, but um, yeah, like this place just holds, you know, the primary, like the primary material. It just holds all this weight to it, and um, yeah, I feel like it's a lot. It's a lot of energy, and yeah, I didn't feel like this anywhere else, apart from maybe Prague, where it's a little bit more magic, more like lightweight. But here in Turin, I don't know if I'm biased, but I do feel the light and the dark at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, I think it makes sense, and it's whatever you're harnessing the energy for. I don't know. It is interesting. I I feel like both energies are always present everywhere, but obviously some places have more of one or the other. But it's
Yeah.
interesting how you feel both just very strongly. It's almost like it's just elevated, and so you can tap into either one.
Yeah, like I'm not sure like um what elements exactly create this environment. But when I was in Prague, for example, it felt more lightweight in general, while here it's like it's more black and white kind of thing, um, which which is much more intriguing for me personally, because I love this, you know, this flexibility. I don't know how to call it, but
Contrast.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the fact that here there is more contrast. I don't know.
Yo, I like
Uh,
that too. That's why I came somewhere where they have seasons because
mm,
I was depressed that it was always summer.
yeah,
That
makes
it
sense.
not make it seems to not make sense, but yeah, like if that's all you ever have is the sun, like I actually I'm so grateful for the sun now. I love it. But it's because I it's more of a limited resource. When it was just like all day, every day, just blaring, I was annoyed by it after a while.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, yes. I totally get this, and this makes me think of my other situation, which is I feel trapped in Europe, and um, and yeah, like it's crazy to me that this is one of the safest places on earth where to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go out and just to, you know, to feel how good it is here. So yeah, it is the same feeling. Like I would like to kind of get go to other continents, so I feel like um, these like being here is actually better.
I, I think that we all have that desire, no matter how good we have it. I mean, a lot of us, the majority of us, we want to wander and we want to we need to experience new things that we've never seen, that we've never felt, and
Yeah,
places we haven't been. Like I have that desire so much too. I just want to travel anywhere and everywhere that I can.
yeah,
It's just about, do you have the luxury, you know, do you have the time and the money and both to do it? But
right.
we I think we should prioritize it though, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, yeah, time and money are always a constant. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to see it as how to say. I don't want to have this as an excuse in order to not do the things that I want to do. So I will find my ways.
We'll sacrifice to make it happen.
What sacrifice?
We will sacrifice to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, was this a question?
No, that was a statement. Like for myself, I'm about to go to Alaska.
Oh.
And I didn't. This was not planned by me. I'm lucky enough to have some family friends who are bringing me along. But I had to make that shift in my mind. Like it's not a question. Like I am going to
Yeah.
Alaska, so I need to be ready.
Oh
It's not
my God.
like I need to
Yeah.
get ready.
And when are you going?
I'm actually going in like a month and a half, so end of October.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so cool. How long are you staying?
It's gonna be on a cruise, which I've never been on in my life, so that'll be a first. And it's going to be for I think 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the first day I'll go travel a few hours to Seattle, and then the will be there, and I'm meeting up with my family friends, and we're getting on the cruise, which I've never been on, so it's weird,
Ah,
very weird. And then we're going to Alaska, but yeah, we'll go through Canada and then
yeah.
to Alaska, and it's gonna be like 5 days. So
Oh my God. This is so nice. And so wild. Yeah. Yeah. And how many people will be there? Like, are you staying with many people or?
I'm going with two family friends, and I don't know if both parents or just one parent is going. And then my friend's fiance is coming too, who I know. But we've all known each other since childhood, and my friend is turning 30
Oh,
on the ship.
oh my God.
Yeah, so
That's
I
great.
yeah, so it's just I love that's my favorite thing about traveling. It's usually I don't know, I'm kind of spontaneous with it.
Yeah.
Things just like opportunities come, and sometimes it's just like right, I guess, you know.
Yeah. 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 Well, it feels really cool. Like if I had to celebrate my birthday somewhere, it would be in a situation like this. So original. I love it. Like if I
Oh,
think, Mhm.
you just got back from traveling, didn't you?
Did I? Yes, yes. I I was in Switzerland twice in the last month because well, just because I need to find a job and yeah, like apparently in Switzerland they take it seriously. And yeah, I went there to just explore the territory and um, yeah, I I kind of liked it, but it's so different from Italy because people are much more uptight there and they feel more distant emotionally from you.
Mm.
And yeah, I would like to go back, but when I can like work there because that would be the only reason I am there.
Oh,
um,
for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
but but yeah, actually, I'm going to travel again soon. I'm going to Barcelona in in on the 20th. And why do you think I'm going there?
For work, to try to find work, or
No, no, for Teal. I'm going for
oh,
Teal's workshop, and I'm going to her like other workshop in Rome as
oh,
well. Like after 4 days,
oh,
so I'm going to
amazing.
do Teal's
I
workshop.
so I saw that, and I was like, if it was the right timing, I would be going there too,
Oh,
and I would meet up with
oh
you.
my
Like, but the time
God!
it didn't line up right though, because
Okay.
I have this plan to go to Alaska, but I want to use that as a reason to travel.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Yeah, like I'm going to these two, and then she has the Amsterdam one, and I would love to go, but I mean it's more money spent, and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I can find a way. I would really love to go to all of her workshops.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Right. I say that I need to deactivate a notification that limits my usage of social media.
Oh,
Um,
gotcha,
yeah, I
gotcha.
thought you were hearing me while I was going to do it.
Oh,
Okay, I do it really fast. Otherwise, it closes the app completely.
all right, now you're back.
Yes. Yes.
Your phone's like, no social media.
Yes. Yes. I did place this limit for myself because I was sucked into like the social media world. So yeah, I prefer to work on myself individually, like to detach, to unplug a little bit, and then when I come back on social media, at least I'm like posting something of value.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I get it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Um, so I don't know, this question just popped up into my head. What are some goals that you're working on right now? I don't know why that popped up into my head. Well, I guess the fact that you're staying away from social media made me think about that.
Yeah. Well, my immediate goal is to make my thesis because I'm about to graduate in psychology,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, I need to end my bachelor degree, so I need to do the thesis. So I'm working on that,
Mhm.
and another goal would be to find a proper place where to live. Yeah, ideally, like I would love to live with other people that are on the same wavelength, and create as like a community, instead of sharing the house with some random people that don't understand a word I'm saying. Because I'm always talking about abstract concepts, and yeah, so thesis, then house, like I need to create a base for me.
Mm-hmm.
uh, then I would love to um, create or collaborate for some creative projects. I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, learn more about like shadow work, like about psychology in general, and to make something out of it.
Yeah,
Like my obsessions are psychology and arts. How do I, like make something out of them?
yeah.
So
God.
yeah, that and traveling, like speaking different languages. That's another thing that I
How many do you speak?
fix. Uh, all bad. No, I'm kidding. Um, well, the ones that I speak the best are Italian and English, but my maternal languages are Moldovan and Russian. So we're already at 4. Then Spanish, a really good level because it's so similar to Italian. And then I have French, which is probably on the worst, like on the lowest level. But I think it's more of a psychological block. But anyway, and now I want to learn Japanese and German. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do that too. I was trying to speak very little words in German when I went to Germany when I was
oh
younger.
my god, oh my god, yeah, yeah. Like the whole Germany situation for me is so interesting to analyze because apparently Germany is the worst place on earth where you can be open emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
And now I understand why I liked it at first, because I had so much trauma in me that when I was in Germany, I felt um, like I felt like I could just not express myself. It's like I could forget about all the emotional turmoil. And yeah, I feel like that was a great coping mechanism for me to live in
Yeah.
Germany, because you never do emotions. So
Yeah, and everybody seems happy and polite, right?
I
That's
mean,
how it was
I,
when I was there. But
so when were you in Germany, and where were you exactly?
yeah, so I flew into an where a lot of people fly into Düsseldorf,
Düsseldorf. Okay.
and then we were staying in a small town though, not far from there.
Oh,
It was called. You probably have never even heard of it. It was called Wuppertal, I think. Wuppertal.
no, I don't know about it.
Yeah, it was.
What era?
I was in like smaller towns.
Okay, but okay, because usually tourists would go to Berlin, or mainly.
Yes. So I didn't go there because the reason I went is my step grandpa is
Mhm.
from Germany.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we did drive to Cologne, which is really, or sorry, I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm pronouncing it the American way. It's like Köln or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, um, so we did drive there for a day. So that's like we weren't too far from there, I guess. But
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Well, never been to Köln, but I kind of traveled all around Germany, and uh, yeah. What was your impression about Köln? Like about
yeah,
the
well, for me, I think I'm biased because that was the first time I traveled to Europe. And
Mm-hmm.
so for me, I was just in love and in heaven because it was so different.
Yeah.
Like the nature and also everybody seemed to be polite and nice. Um, and also we were with family, and so of course it's different, because you're welcomed I was like welcomed into the family, so of course, I'm spoiled in that
Right.
way. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I didn't know that I didn't know that you were in Germany before. Have you been to other countries in Europe so far?
So we did also go stay in London, so I stayed there for 5 days.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw Paris very briefly,
okay.
but yeah, but so I saw a lot of London for sure.
Hmm. How was it? How did it feel?
Interesting. Yeah, like it it felt very interesting. I mean, I had never really been in a city like that. I wasn't used to that. It was scary though. You can't step off the curb or you're gonna get hit by a car,
Mm,
because it was like a bit. I was in obviously the tourist area there, so it was very busy. Like,
right.
yeah, and it was cool going underground on the tube. That was
Hmm.
really um it was interesting. It was all just different for me. Again, people seemed friendly, but at the same time just mixed, kind of mixed vibes. Yeah. It did seem a little bit, maybe a little dark. I don't know. And I did see the palace, like, and like the tower. I went in the Tower of London.
Hmm.
So yeah, like I have a different perspective now, looking back, versus
Hmm.
when I was there when I was younger. It was like I was just such a tourist, and then now I'm like looking back, I think that there's some things that might go on like in the palace and stuff that are like dark.
Right. Right, like presences of dead people.
Yeah, I went actually in the church too. I think it's was it Westminster Abbey, and it's like the whole inside the whole church are tombs.
Mm.
Like, so there's a bunch of royal people who are
Mm-hmm.
buried in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was really just interesting. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't wait to visit London as well. I've never been there because of
Oh,
my passport, but
the
yeah,
architecture though, I can
mm?
I can relate to you though about architecture from being there.
Yeah. How was it?
It it was beautiful, and like I feel like all the buildings, like I felt like I was in a different world when you're
Mm,
looking at architecture. I had never seen anything like that.
mm-hmm. But it's interesting because it's London is on the Black Magic Triangle, which also is coherent with what Till says about London, that people are pretentious and they are focused on, the image. So they
Yeah,
keep all the emotions inside, which means they're not authentic. They don't express themselves truly, authentically, which makes
yeah,
sense. Opinion.
yeah. So when I was looking at the people who were like dressed up for work and everything, I was
Mhm.
just it seemed like a movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because of the way everyone looked really professional and polished.
Mm-hmm.
Like they looked fancy. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
But everyone was busy because, but I think it's like that here too in
mm,
America, like it's the grind culture.
yeah, yeah, which explains why they drink so much.
Mm, yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's crazy if you look on the maps, like at the numbers of bars
Oh,
that
yeah.
that England, UK has. It's incredible,
Hmm.
because you have to release what's repressed somehow. So that's why UK is so um, alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it and you're like pubs. Yeah, the pub that we went to was very rowdy because they were watching rugby, I think. And I loved it though because I was so young. I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to go in bars yet in America.
Mm-hmm.
So I was over there like in a pub, and
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
yeah, in Germany too. I went to a pub and
yeah.
yeah.
I found the beer gardens in Germany comforting on a soul level as well, for some reason. Um,
Sorry about that. So which part of Germany were you in?
so I lived in Berlin for almost 1 year,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I traveled by car throughout like the whole Germany almost. Well, not not in the northern part, but central and south at least twice. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could visit it. Like I visited. I can say that I visited, but yeah, it's not like I miss it so much, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So you grew up a lot in Italy. From what I can see from an outsider looking in, it seems like you guys are much more warm people, right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely, and that's why so many people don't like Italians,
Yeah.
Um, it's always so heartbreaking for me when I hear someone saying, when I hear someone being racist against like Italians. Um, because this just reflects how these people repress their own emotions. Um, like that, like definitely Italy has its own issues. That's true, but it's also a country that brings life, that gets that makes life interesting in general. Like wherever you see Italians, you see lively people,
Yeah, that's what I love.
right?
That's
Right?
huh?
Like it doesn't happen with other nationalities like Germans uh, or like well, other countries where they might be racist towards Italians. Um, like what I like about Italy is that it's um, like they're open, generally speaking, about their emotions. And other countries, they might not like that. They might be more on the rational side, and they might, yeah, they might think they're superior because they are more, more um, like they know how to create order, how to be rational. Um, and yeah, I feel that this racism is just sad.
What did they say? Like, what are they racist about? Because I I honestly don't hear anything bad. And every time I see Italians like depicted in whatever it is that they're depicted in, like I don't know. I think you guys seem wonderful and I want to go there really bad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the most common uh, comment is about the passion that Italians have towards food. Um, like people might mock Italians because they're like they put all this energy, all this passion like towards food, and for someone that doesn't get that, they might think that Italians are too obsessed over nothing, like over something that like over something simple.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I feel like they just don't understand all the shades of like I don't know how to explain it, but I really love all the passion, all the energy
Yeah.
and importance that they put into
That's
something
so
like
much
food.
better than not having that passion and the food doesn't taste the same and the ingredients
Yeah,
and and it's I I wish it could be more like that. I wish we had
yeah,
more passion, more
yeah,
common.
yeah. Yeah, it's really sad because it really takes away the life. I don't know, like
Yeah.
comments like, "Oh, mozzarella is just a cheese," like when in other languages you have just one term to define cheese. In Italian, you have so many types of it. It's it's like you're really yeah, taking away life from it. you know and yeah, it just becomes a lifeless thing, which is sad, because at the end, um, if you look like when I visited all the museums in Europe, even in Germany, when I read the descriptions
Mhm.
of certain paintings or the stories of the painters, they always say that in most cases, hi cats, oh my god, it's so good. So in most cases, they say that they got inspired from their trip to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like in any museum you go to,
Hmm.
you always find the reference like of Italy, which I find curious. what a coincidence. You know,
Right?
I mean, it's true that it's messy. I mean, it's true that Italy is so messy, but what world would it be without Italy? You
Right.
know, it's like, yeah. Well, I get passionate about this topic as well, so I would love to tone it down a little bit,
I
but I
can't,
cannot.
I can't wait to visit someday.
Yes, please.
I
Yes,
can't. I will
yeah.
want to eat everything.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, you just fall in love with it, and yeah, it's the experience here is unparalleled with any other country, in my opinion. Maybe France, but yeah, well, yeah, it depends on the person. But I feel like Italy is a little bit more like down to earth, doesn't have, you know, superiority complex.
Um, do a lot of Italians also speak English?
No. Uh, no. So Italy, Spain, Greece, and France, like these Latin countries from Europe, um, they have a huge culture to them. So people don't feel like they need to, you know, to stretch themselves and learn an
Yeah,
international
of
language
course.
like English. I
Yeah.
mean, this is the case in Eastern Europe or Northern Europe because either the culture is not as rich, let's say, or or countries are just poor, so you need to, you know, just in case you need to learn an international language.
Mm.
um, but in these other countries where you already enjoy life how it is, yeah, people tend to not really like put so much effort into learning English. But
I
yeah, when
I noticed that in France. They,
yeah, France is the
they
worst. I mean, they're so proud of a French language and
yeah.
French culture. I mean, I understand, I totally understand it. And yeah, like why would you even learn English when you have French, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
I mean, like back in the day, even like last century,
Mhm.
in Eastern Europe, when you had to choose a language to learn as a secondary language at school, you could choose between French first or English. So
Mm.
many people would choose French. So yeah,
Did-
like
How did you learn English?
so when I moved to Italy, my mom sent me to a British school when I was like in fifth grade, and I was already, I was like it was easier for me to understand other languages since I was coming from another country which is already bilingual, and yeah, I just liked it because of how simple it is, and um, yeah, like it just came easy to me, considering that I also spent a lot of time on internet, and yeah, for me it was easy. I just felt like I belonged, you know, to communities on internet where they spoke English. So it just, yeah, I just had to learn it. You know, it's a tool for me. The language is a tool in order to access certain information, which is the reason why I like languages. Um,
Yeah. Well, I'm grateful that you speak English so that I'm able to communicate with you.
oh my God, like yeah, like knowing English is so crucial nowadays if you want to access information. uh, like um, like when I consume Till's
Oh,
content, I mean it's all
yeah.
in English, and I feel like I could also be a bridge, you know, between English and other languages, so I can like translate content in different languages. I'm a little bit lazy to do that, but
And you could make money if anyone wants to learn English, you could tutor them.
I already do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm already a language tutor, and
Mhm.
yeah, for me, like I don't consider myself as a language teacher. I don't like
Mhm.
explaining the basics, but I like conversations,
Mhm.
and I like having conversations in different languages, which I already do. And sometimes it's kind of crazy because I might have different classes in a row, like in different
Oh,
languages. So,
that's so smart though, because
uh,
that's how you're staying on top of it. But I can only imagine you have a really brilliant mind because that's a
mm,
lot.
yeah, I mean, brilliant. I feel like it's potentially brilliant because I feel like I have a lot of ideas here, but I need to kind of give them a structure and make something out of these ideas because I might get, like, I might understand different um, situations, different people, like, I understand them, but I need to make something out of it.
I,
Um,
I relate to you so hard. I very much relate to
yeah,
you. And I think it's what you said, because I also relate to being an overthinker. I think that we might be so cerebral that we're not enough in the 3D physical world because we're so in our minds, you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like this is a tendency of um, kind of everybody on this planet nowadays. It feels like we are so stimulated mentally, but not stimulated physically. So this is the reason why I started exercising like I do, really hardcore exercises, but I tend to space out even when I'm exercising. This is so crazy.
I do too. I have the same problem.
Oh my god. Like I'm doing this, like heavy cardio thing, and then you see me like I'm looking somewhere, like, thinking about existential
I
things, and oh my god.
I wonder if this is our problem too, like being so identified with the spirit that it's almost like you're not even in your like human sometimes.
Um,
Or
yeah.
I think it is perfect when you're connecting the two very much, but it's easy to get sucked into like one or the other.
Well, more the other. I mean, I
Yeah,
can identify more with the spirit in general, but
me
uh,
too. Me too. I very much, and I am that makes me really happy, but also I have to be like, oh yeah, but you're still a human.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's yeah. I also have this problem, and I feel like the quality of like of the spirit, not the spirit, but like of the abstract also depends on the quality of the material. So yeah,
Yes.
sometimes you just have to stop it, stop the overthinking
Yeah.
and like do the physical thing
Yeah.
because um, yeah, like motivation follows the action, which is
Yes. Yeah.
and yeah, like sometimes I realize that I'm just like this is useless, what I've learned recently, I learned it long ago, but I realize certain things only with time and experience. Like even if I understand them intellectually, like it takes time until I absorb
to
the
bring it
knowledge.
to
But
bring it to the material too. Like you can understand something logically,
yeah,
but it's it I that's a hard lesson I had to learn that I couldn't solve all my problems in my mind.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like a train wreck, and like what I got to realize is that the thought has to doesn't have to overcome, like overpass the action. So thought and action have to be on the same level. Like you cannot do something without thinking, or you cannot think too much without doing. So it's like they have to be on the same level, because otherwise you're you're
Stuck.
unbalanced. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, not stuck, because you might do something without thinking, but they have to be like on, like
In
that. So
harmony.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That makes so much in the flow state. That's how you get into the flow state. And
right, yeah.
I love when that happens. I'm so happy. And then I stop sometimes and I'm like, whoa, I like realize like, wow, like, cause I get so much done when I'm in that state.
Yeah, the
And it's
flows.
effortless.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what we have to look for. The flow state is actually the answer of what are we doing, what are we for, like why are we on this planet. It's for the flow state.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to also put the charger.
Well, it makes sense, I guess, since we're made out of like 70% water.
Yeah, I never thought of it this way, but you're Pisces, that's why you. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
because when we were saying flow, I thought of a river.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I
It
was like, well, we are made out of water.
it makes sense. Yeah.